monster around! One less monster around!
Can't you walk a little faster?
I'm going as fast as I can.
Nothing there.
One less monster around.
Now this ring here gives you 3 weapons protection. I believe I've cleared the forest. If there's some enemies left, then that's fine. But for now, let's go to the pass. There are some dragon snappers up there. I can deal with them solo.
Right. There we are. Now hit the road. This area is hot.
Thank you.
Don't get yourself eaten. That'd be a pity.
Farewell.
What are you doing here? I thought you were headed across the pass.
I just can't go on. Let me rest for a minute. I'll manage. Don't worry.
If you say so.
Just a little break.
Nothing there.
Now this satchel here belongs to Diego. He just forgot about it.
Remember back then, when we met here for the first time? It's been ages. There was something else in this place. Damn, I just can't remember. Whatever. I shall go the rest of the way by myself. I have a few things to take care of before I can return to Corinus. Thank you, my friend. I'll see you in town.
So let's see what happens if Diego dies in Valley of Mines.
Just
Okay, he's confirmed gone. And now we wait. So now I should go back to the castle, but before I do that, I want to visit that mine I haven't been to. Also deal with the dragon snappers. I can either do it now or later, and I want to do it now.
Hey! That roast smells good.
Don't touch!
Hey!
You. Who would have thought we'd see each other again? So, looks like we both know how to stay alive. And as you can see, I've stuck with prospecting.
How much ore have you already mined?
A few chests. But there's nothing of that left here. Paladin Marcos decided to take the ore to the castle because we were constantly being attacked by orcs.
Don't you want to leave the valley?
Nah, I'll keep mining ore. I'm not gonna let a few orcs stop me. I've been through a lot more than that. Back then, when we were digging in the old mine, and suddenly the water broke through. But those are old stories.
How's your work?
You know, this rock is damn stubborn, almost like it was trying to prevent us from taking the ore.
All right, so much for you, filthy beast.
As soon as I'm done here, I can go back to the castle. I don't have to do this now, but as I said before, I want to do it now. Okay, now I can go back to the castle.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
That's all just gossip.
I already thought as much.
It was just like
I
you
would have done
said.
it differently.
I wouldn't have done that.
I already
ever
thought,
asked for
believe me.
Anything's possible.
There's more, believe me.
I want to buy Gorn's freedom.
Agreed.
Nobody
You
ever
can go to
asked me.
Gerald and tell him to release Gorn on my orders.
I couldn't get away with that. Innos will aid us. His light illuminates our hearts.
You already know what I think.
I hardly know what to believe anymore. Like you said.
Let's wait and see what happens. I don't want to hear that anymore.
Set Gorn free. That's an order from Commander Garand.
I've already been informed. Here's the key. You can go in.
Don't say you didn't know that. That would be a problem.
I really think.
Just like you said.
Enough of this lounging about. You're free.
It's about time somebody got me out of here. I certainly hadn't expected it to be you, though. It's damn good to see you.
Garand says you eat too much and he can no longer afford to feed you.
Now that you mention it, I could kill a couple of beers. Let's get out of here. I've seen enough of this cell. Wait, I've still got something here that you can really use. I found this armor here in the cell. Some prisoner must have hidden it here. It's too small for me, but it might fit you.
Thanks. I'll see you with Milton.
Sure thing.
Wait and see what happens.
So he gives you a free armor,
Believe that.
You have to feel sorry. You don't have to ask me that.
You mustn't believe everything. We can only wait and see.
which is not better than the crawler plate armor.
I think.
I've got my own opinion. That was quite obvious.
It can't go on like this forever. It's just rumors.
As if I didn't have enough problems. You mustn't believe everything you hear.
And there's more, believe me.
I talked to Fayeth.
What has he got to tell me?
His people have mined 2 chests of ore.
His decision, wasn't it?
2 chests? I don't need 2
That's
chests.
totally
I need
obvious.
200!
He wants me to tell you that he needs more men.
What?
Believe me.
I'm supposed to send even more men to certain
You
death?
have to feel
He can
sorry
forget it.
for the poor guy.
About Silvestro's mining site.
Did you go see him? Did you talk to him?
Didn't have enough.
Everyone's dead there. They were surprised by mine crawlers.
What about the ore? Do you know how much they've mined?
They managed to secure a few chests first. They're in a cave along the path from the castle to the mining site.
Damn! Those were a lot of good men. May Innos have mercy on their souls.
Care less.
I've met Marcos.
And? What does he have to report? How much ore does he have for us?
4 chests. He's left the mining site to take the ore to safety. Now he's guarding the chests in a small valley behind the lines of orcs. He's asking for reinforcements, however.
What? Only 4 chests, and he left his mining site? Damn! That isn't good. And now he wants more men? Well, fine. I'll send him 2 people.
I couldn't-
Damn! What's going on out there? Has Beliar himself come to wipe us out? My men are almost all dead, and with the bit of ore we have, we can't even stop one orc, let alone an army!
What I said.
This expedition is doomed to failure.
What about the letter for Lord Hagen?
We have 10 crates of ore on the hull, and we've lost twice as many good men. You shall have your letter.
Thing all over.
Lord Hagen must hear of this. This valley is cursed. Evil abides here.
What are you planning to do now?
I've tried everything. You're my only hope now. You and that Lord Hagen will send me reinforcements. We'll continue to stand firm and pray to Innos that he won't leave us despondent in this dark hour.
I couldn't get away with that.
What about my pay?
Oh yes, right. I still owe you some gold. Here's your reward.
Can't rely on that.
You don't have to ask me that.
How's the situation?
The expedition has hit rock bottom. But we won't give up, for Enos is with us. He will lead us safely from the valley.
Enos will aid us. His light illuminates our hearts.
You didn't get that from me. Got my own opinion about that. Don't tell me you didn't know that.
That was obvious.
Hey, you! I heard that you are the best crossbowman far and wide.
If they say so, it must be true. What do you want?
I am the greatest.
You're all right. Well, if you want to learn, then I'll help you.
I want to learn from you.
Okay, fire away.
Here, I bring you Tengron's ring. It's supposed to protect you. Tengron says he'll come and get it once he's back.
What? Do you know what ring that is? He got that ring as an award for his courage in battle. You say he wants to get it back? If it's the will of Enos, he is going to. If it's the will of Enos.
Hey, you!
That's been known a long time.
There have been all kinds of rumors.
Listen, I've loafed around here long enough. It's time I saw something other than this valley. How did you get over the pass?
There's a path through the abandoned mine.
Good. I'll wait for the right moment and then I'm out of here.
Then go to Onar's farm. Lee and his boys are there. He needs good men such as you.
I'll do that. I'll go check out how they're doing there.
We'll meet again.
You can count on it.
I've freed Gorn.
Good. Then we should think about what happens next.
What are your plans?
I shall return. I will wait for a while, but now that Gorn is free, I can leave with him. It is more than necessary that Pyrokar learns of the situation here.
If you think so.
I hope that Lord Hagen will recognize the threat that emanates from this valley. Not to think of what will happen if the orcs come over the pass.
Well then, have a safe trip.
So now I can go back. I have all the stuff.
No idea. You tell me.
No one must violate the divine order.
So now we're gonna meet new faces. I will not talk to new faces because I already did that in the Paladin playthrough. This guy may attract those...
We shall get you.
Dragon snappers? Yeah, he did.
There he is.
Hey.
Hey, you're finally back. You have to go see Zardus right away. There's a problem.
That I certainly believe.
All hell's broken loose since you left. Talk to Zardus. He's waiting for you. Zardus gave me this rune for you. It'll help you get to him faster. We'll meet again there.
There he is.
How's the hunting?
It's getting crazier out here. Meanwhile, dozens of these snorting animals have come out of the pass. Under these circumstances, hunting is getting harder and harder up here.
How's the situation?
Malik has disappeared and taken everything and everybody who would work for me with him. He said he was headed for the mountains. He couldn't stand it here anymore. The hordes of monsters pouring out of the pass every day into the high pastures are really getting to me. If at least I had a few helpers or mercenaries. There was even one who was willing to work for me. Changed his mind, though. I think his name was Wolf.
It'll be all right.
Without Malik, nothing gets done around here anymore. If something doesn't happen soon, I'll have to give up my farm. Hopefully he'll come back soon.
That was obvious all along.
I couldn't care less. You aren't wearing your armor. Go and get it.
Now this guy has a new quest in this chapter. Let's check it out.
It's a bad business.
Hey, you! Buddy!
What do you want?
These last few days, I've been thinking about how we could make some quick money in this dump.
And?
I think I've stumbled across a possibility of making money fast. A merchant from town would shell out a lot of dough for a certain thing.
Why are you telling me this?
I can't do it myself. I need to stay here and watch those stupid sheep.
You mean the farmers?
That's what I'm saying.
Who's the merchant you're talking about?
No can do, pal. I have to be really stupid to tell you my source. Are you trying to pull a fast one on me? Either you make the deal with me, or not at all. Capiche?
What's this about?
The merchant claims that he could market Shadow Beast horns very profitably. Someone would have to go to the woods and harvest those beasts. And that's where you come in.
How much is to be gained there?
A bunch of money, I tell you. There will be enough for the two of us. And since you gave me that gold back then, I'll make you a special price.
Sounds good. I'll let you know when I manage to get some horns.
Now I want to show you something. I'm also gonna show it later, but
I'll get some more Shadow Beast horns for your merchant.
Great. Give them here. And get me more. Who knows for how long that merchant will still want these things. Here's your share.
So the amount of experience depends on the amount of horns you give him. So you get experience and gold for this quest. However, there's a bug with the quest. And the bug appears if you kill all of the shadow beasts on this map.
That's really not.
Now, there are some shadow beasts that spawn in chapter 3, and there's also an additional shadow beast that spawns if you are a mercenary. It spawns on Lobart's farm.
He never would have thought of that himself.
So, I'm gonna leave horns to Buster. I'm gonna try to get more horns. And I'll also try to show you the bug. So basically what you want to do is, if you want experience, leave at least one shadow beast alive on this map. Constantino in town also sells one Shadow Beast horn.
All right, you're the...
What's up?
If they don't let Bennett out of the jail soon, we're gonna go in and get him.
And? How are things?
Not many people come this way, but up to now, except you.
So he changes this line if you steal back your gold, which is interesting.
What's up?
If they don't let Bennett out of the jail soon, we're gonna...
Nobody wants to know.
All right, you win. What do you want?
Himself was after him.
If he doesn't see that,
That'll never change.
He didn't get that from me.
that's really not my
What's up?
So, you're a mercenary too, huh?
Thing or two.
Hey, you!
That's all just gossip.
What's new?
Dragons. There's a rumor that there are dragons in the Valley of Mines. They're bound to come over the pass soon.
Not my problem.
Don't say you didn't know that. Himself was after him.
That's no secret.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
I should have known better. I couldn't get away with that.
How's it going?
If all those stories about dragons are actually true, we should get a few people together and go flatten those beasts.
I could tell you.
I couldn't care less.
That was obvious all along. There's no secret phase.
I could
Hey.
get away with that.
You have to step in and sort things out.
I'm staying out.
Can I buy weapons from you?
I don't have much.
Staying out of
We take almost all the swords and axes into Onar's house.
He's right off myself.
staying out of it.
Why aren't you working?
Haven't you heard yet? The Paladins have arrested Bennett.
And there's more, believe me.
Never would have thought it's all just
What
gossip.
happened?
Well, we were in the city to shop when all of a sudden we heard a scream. Someone yelled, "There they are, get them." Boy, was I scared. I took to my heels and ran like the demons were after me. Bennett was right behind me. I don't know what happened, but when I got outside the city, he had disappeared. I must have lost him in the city.
Himself was after him.
So why was Bennett arrested?
Murder. Bennett is supposed to have murdered a paladin. What nonsense. I was with him the whole time.
So why don't you go to town and explain the whole thing?
They'd stick me in the slammer as his accomplice. Nah, certainly not in the current situation.
Situation?
You know, Onar in the city. That's bound to come to a bad end.
Himself was after him.
How did the mercenaries here on the farm react?
Well, I don't know exactly what they're planning, but some of them are really pissed off.
I can understand that.
If it were up to them, they'd rather attack the city today than tomorrow to get Bennett out. Talk to Lee. Maybe there's something you can do.
I couldn't care less. It was his decision, wasn't it?
Of course we got him in the end.
That was no big deal.
Hardly know what to believe these days.
I've got
Now, I can offer him a job on Bangar's farm.
No idea.
However, I'm not gonna do that in this playthrough, because I wanna take him on a voyage with me.
He really should have known better.
No one really wants to hear that. And there's more.
Show me your...
What can I offer you?
That was no big
Has anything significant happened lately?
The land has become quite unsafe. Now no one ventures beyond his own fields. It's been a long time since any of us have been to town.
Been there, done that.
That's the first obvious.
Show...
Sure.
You told me. You don't have to tell me that.
It's just like you said.
Listen to the wrong people.
He really
I'm better off myself.
Staying out of it.
Don't say you didn't know that.
That's all just gossip.
You have to step in and sort things out.
That's how we got about it differently.
He didn't get that from me. Sort things out.
Any news?
Now you are one of us. That's good.
Can I have some more of your stew?
These militia bastards threw Bennett in the hole. Do me a favor and get him out of there, will you? In the meantime, I'll cook you some yummy stew.
I'm staying out of it.
This is gonna change.
Do you do anything?
Not at.
Nothing amazes me anymore. You already know what I think. That's all. Nothing's ever gonna change that.
I couldn't get away with that.
Interested in some more old coins?
Sure. You still have any?
A few.
Thanks. Here's your money. Bring me all you can find.
Pay me my wages.
Where have you been for the last couple of days? You never showed up here. Who knows where you've been hanging out?
All that matters is just gossip. So don't tell me that. He doesn't even know how to hold a sword.
No, I already thought as much.
Now I'm gonna buy
I'm no better off myself.
What weapon?
Only the.
this bow.
You didn't know that.
I'm no better off myself.
That's the best bow in the game.
That was obvious all along.
Everything all right with you?
You saved my ass, man. I'll never forget that.
That's been going on.
What do you want to do now?
I think I'll load up on grub first.
And then?
Who knows? Maybe I'll go back to the mining colony. Someone should keep an eye on the orcs. Otherwise, they'll all show up on the doorstep without warning.
Nobody will learn anything.
Ah, it's good that you've come.
What's up?
I found this in the old chapel. It's a magic rune. I think it will teleport you straight back here to the farm. I thought you might be able to use it.
I've heard a thing or two.
I have freed Gorn.
Yes, you already told me. Good work. He's worth more than Silvio and his boys put together.
Do you have better armor for me?
I sure do.
Now I'm gonna get better armor than Heavy Mercenary one very fast. But I'm gonna buy this one anyway. And look at the dialogue. It says weapon 60, arrow 60.
Give me the heavy armor.
Here, very good armor. It's the same that I wear.
So obviously, from that dialogue, this armor should be weaker, right? Should be weaker than Crawler Plate, right? Because this one is 70. Well, it's not. The dialogue tooltip is wrong. And it's from vanilla version of the game. They haven't updated it for the expansion.
He never would have thought of that himself.
Don't say you didn't know that.
I've come from the Valley of Mines. The castle there was attacked by dragons.
So it's true. Lars said that rumors about dragons are circulating through the city. I didn't believe it. What about the paladins?
They've been thoroughly decimated.
Good. Maybe now Lord Hagen will think again about my offer. And if not, then we'll find another way to get out of here.
I'm not touching that.
Nothing amazing.
Don't you have anything else for me to do?
You can't get enough, You're in plenty of trouble as it is. What else do you want then?
Another assignment. I'm a mercenary, remember?
All right, I've got something. It's just the thing for you. I have a debt to settle with the judge in town. I'd actually prefer to do it myself, but the paladins wouldn't let me within a stone's throw of his house. The thing has to be handled with a bit of consideration, so pay attention. You'll go to the judge and offer him your services. You'll try to win his trust and carry out some dirty work for him until you find something to incriminate him. The swine has done so many dirty jobs that it stinks to high heaven. Bring me something I can use to blacken his name with the militia, so that he spends the rest of his life molding in the slammer. But I don't want you to kill him. That would be too quick. I want him to suffer, understand?
I'm not telling you anything.
Do you think you can do that?
I can't believe that.
No problem. How much?
Your reward depends on what you bring me, so make an effort.
What about Bennett?
So you heard about that? The bastards have locked him up, just like that. As if I didn't have enough problems with my own people. Now I have to take care of the paladins too.
You listen to the wrong people.
What will you do about Bennett?
I don't know yet. A few of the boys would like to run to the city and knock Lord Hagen's teeth down his throat. Luckily, we don't have enough people for an operation like that. And besides, it's not my style.
Are you going to stay here and see what happens then?
Certainly not. Lairs is still in the city and trying to find out how we can get Bennett out of there. Until that happens, I'm trying to calm my people. I only hope that Lairs doesn't take too long.
You didn't get that from me.
Oh yes, before I forget, Buster wants to talk to you. He wouldn't tell me what it was about. Maybe you should go see him.
You didn't get that from me. All that matters.
Can I help you in this matter with Bennett?
Sure, a bit of intelligence and sanity certainly wouldn't hurt in this matter. Enos knows there are enough idiots running around here. Go to the city and see if you can find a way to get Bennett out of there. But don't be too long about it. I don't know how much longer I can keep the men under control.
Any news about Bennett?
No, we still don't know enough.
I've got my own opinion about that. I'm not telling you anything new. Of course we got him in the end. You mustn't believe everything you hear.
Have you got something for me to do?
Have you seen those black hooded guys creeping by here? Those people give me the willies, I'll tell you. When I was at sea, I saw some pretty curious things, but those fellows really scare me. They went in the direction of the bandit camp in the mountains at the southern end of the valley. Maybe you should go there and check on those guys and do away with them.
That's all just gossip. I've heard a thing or two. Nothing amazes me anymore.
Now I'm gonna learn some archery.
Nobody wants to know everything you hear.
I want to learn more.
What should I teach?
Give me 4 and then 5.
I'm not telling you anything new. There you go. Your aim is more apt.
Now I have 29. And
I want to.
What should I?
let's go 34. And with that, I am now a marksman. So, let's go to Zardis now.
Hey! I've explored the unknown part of the island.
And what did you find?
It was all about a mighty artifact, the Claw of Beliar.
The Claw of Beliar? Where is it now? Do you have it on you?
Yes, here it is.
How very interesting. This weapon can be of great use to us, but it is also extremely dangerous. Take good care of yourself, and above all, don't lose it.
I'm back from the Valley of Mines.
High time, too. What did you see?
You were right. The land's been overrun by an entire army of the enemy. Orcs are besieging the castle, and dragons have laid whole areas to waste. It won't be long before they attack Corinus, if I'm not mistaken. Lester said you wanted to see me at once. What the hell has happened here in the meantime?
The enemy has learned who you really are, and that you're planning to get hold of the Eye of Enos. He has recognized the threat. It has forced him to leave his cover and openly attack. The game of hide and seek is over. Yesterday, nobody knew what the enemy's attack would look like. Now it has become only too obvious.
I was attacked by magicians in black robes.
The enemy has many faces. The Seekers are one of them. They're really the ones who prepare the ground for the enemy. They have taken up their positions in strategic places and are now only waiting for an opportunity to spring the trap. Stay out of their way. They are very powerful magical beings, and they will try to deter you at any cost.
I finally got the proof that Lord Hagen demanded of me.
What proof is that?
I received a letter from Garand, the commander of the Paladins in the Valley of Mines. In it, he asks for reinforcements.
That should be enough to convince that militant warhorse. Well done.
What will be the next step now?
Go and bring Lord Hagen the letter from Garand, so that he may grant you access to the Eye of Enos. Then go to the monastery and talk to Pyrokar. He must give you the eye. Nothing is more important than getting this artifact away to safety. Go now, too late. The enemy will also try to lay his hands on it.
One of the farmers outside of town sent me.
What? The farmers know the hideout?
They have noticed the missing sheep.
Damn. Well, then I'll have to move. If they find the hideout empty, maybe they won't keep looking for me.
Any new developments in the last few days?
Just go down the path to the city. If you run into a fellow with a black robe, then you'll know what's new.
Have the black robes come to see you yet?
Yeah, they've been here for a few days. If you ask me, they come straight from hell.
How are your sheep?
As if that would interest you at all. You have other problems.
My problems? What would you know about that?
You filthy mercenaries only think of one thing. How do I get other people's money into my pocket?
What's your problem?
I blame that moonshine rotgut Vino palmed off on me a few weeks ago. I can hardly remember anything at all, man. I only know that my walking stick has been missing since then.
And that's what you're raising such a ruckus for?
That's easy for you to say. It doesn't belong to you.
Well, don't get all worked up.
Beat it.
And how's it going for you?
Those black-hooded bastards are everywhere. Someone ought to stuff their hoods down their throats.
Hey, you! How's your farm?
I can't stand it anymore. All of a sudden, these fellows in black hoods showed up and posted themselves on the road and on my farm. I'm falling apart here.
Have you talked to the men in black?
Sure. There was no way to prevent it. I think they're looking for someone.
Why don't you do anything about those black robes?
Well, I'd surely love to, but I saw how they burned one of the townspeople alive. Just like that. Why should I risk my life?
Hey, you!
So this lady isn't sick when you joined the mercenaries? And Maleth walking stick is this way.
Hey! I think this walking stick belongs to you.
That's terrific.
Just a moment. First, you pay for it.
But I don't have much.
Then think of something else.
Okay, how about this? Yesterday I saw some bandits run past with a few bags of gold. If I tell you where they keep their booty, can I have my walking stick back?
All right.
Okay. You just go west to that piece of woods over there. You'll find a ravine there. You should find something in the cave there.
The cave he mentions is this way.
There he is.
Now let's do this for fun.
What are you gawking at like an idiot?
Leave while you still can.
Just leave me alone, you bum.
Are you looking for trouble?
Hey, you!
Leave while you still can.
Just leave me alone.
gonna rip you to pieces.
Ah! Oh!
I'm gonna rip you to pieces.
You're in for it now. Ah! Ah!
You hardly know who to believe these days.
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Hey! What's new?
They say the Paladins are only here to get all the ore on the island. For the war on the mainland, they say. Do you know what that means? The king doesn't give a damn if we all die miserably when the orcs attack. I'll make sure that I'm on the ship when the Paladins weigh anchor.
What's new?
They say that one of Onar's mercenaries has killed a paladin. They have caught the fellow and thrown him in jail. Soon he will hang.
Hey, you look completely flabbergasted. You thought I had bought it, didn't you? I was unconscious for quite some time, but as you can see, I'm still alive. The most important thing is that we're both here now. You've got to help me.
So there it is. Diego never dies in Valley of Mines.
What kind of clothes are these?
I bought them from a trader outside of town. The guards wouldn't let me in at first. Also, there's no need to let the whole world know where I come from.
You've got a point there.
That's the way I see it. But even though I've dumped my shadow garb, I'm still who I always was, and I have big plans for this city.
That's not what I heard.
What is this about?
A lot of things have changed since I left here. I have to get back on my feet somehow.
What's the problem?
I have to get into the upper quarter. But I'm not a citizen of the town, and I don't have enough money to bribe the guards. That's where you come in.
So you want me to lend you some gold?
Nonsense. I've got some gold. A whole lot of gold, even. Unfortunately, I don't have it with me. You need to go fetch my gold for me.
What's in it for me?
Have I ever asked you what you could give me in return? We're friends, shouldn't that be enough?
Okay, I'll help you.
Well, listen, back when the barrier was still in place, I hid a small treasure. It's been quite a while, that's why I forgot to take it with me. And I can't leave here at all at the moment. To cut a long story short, you must go to the Valley of Mines for me and fetch my gold.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
What are you planning to do with the gold?
I still have an account to settle with one of the merchants in the upper quarter. I need to take care of that. And then I'll be all set for a new career.
Where did you get all that gold?
Am I the only one, then, who put some gold aside for himself in the Valley of Mines? Filching a few nuggets was a piece of cake, just in case we ever got out of there. Everybody was so keen on that ore that no one even cared for gold at the time.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Where's the gold hidden?
Directly at the trading square, above the abandoned mine. It's in a leather satchel. Spare yourself that comment. I know myself that we must have walked right past it. Just bring me the bag. But don't forget to check that it's the right one, so you don't walk all that way for nothing.
How can I recognize it?
It's full of gold. A whole lot of gold.
So why won't they listen to me?
I'll try to find your gold.
Just do it. That's enough for me.
How's business?
Lousy. Somebody should have told me that Corinus has gone to the dogs in the meantime.
That's no news. I've only known the city like this.
You should have seen it a few years ago. You would have liked it then.
That's been known a long time.
Can you teach me something?
I have to attend to my business first.
I never knew that.
I found your gold.
Great. Show me. Very good. Gerbrant had better watch out now. Listen, I still need to take care of the guards. I want you to take this letter to Gerbrant. He is one of the fat merchants in the upper quarter. Give him my regards. I'll meet you in front of Gerbrant's house then.
I never knew that.
You really didn't deserve that.
What are you doing here?
Who are you then? Looks like you're new and have no idea what's going on around here. They call me Gerbrant. That's Mr. Gerbrant. Sir to you. Got it?
I got it, Gerbrant.
Careful with that big mouth of yours. You'd better show me a little more respect, or else you're headed for all kinds of trouble here. I call the shots here. Whoever causes trouble has to answer to me, and it better skip town in a hurry, because once I'm done with him, he'll wish he never laid eyes on me. Most people around the harbor work for me. If you're ever looking for work, you had better see to it that my memories of you are pleasant ones.
Anything new?
I've seen the likes of you. You simply don't know your place. I shall have a talk with the governor concerning appropriate safety measures for the upper end of town.
Diego says hello.
What? Who? What Diego?
And he wants me to give you this letter.
That can't be. No. I'm a goner. Is he in town then?
Who?
Diego, of course.
Yes, I'm gonna meet him here shortly.
Oh, this is the end then. All is lost. I've got no time. I need to get out of here. Quick! If he finds me here, I'm done for.
Anything new?
What is that about? Are you trying to mock me? You and your buddy Diego have wreaked enough havoc already. Leave me alone!
There's a chalice in this house. Right, right, left, right, right, left. There it is. Chalice for a quest.
Hey, you! I delivered the letter.
Very good. How did Gerbrand take it?
He was rather shocked and made himself scarce right away.
I should think so. I'm afraid that, first of all, I need to attend to furnishing my new house. If I remember correctly, Gerbrand's taste is horrible.
So how did you pull this off?
Did you think that Gerbrand came by his fortune through honest business? Of course, he never got his fingers dirty when it came to really shady deals. He had a helper for that. Of course, I caught on to a lot back then. Gerbrand finally got rid of me. He was probably afraid that I knew too much.
You never told me about that.
You never asked me.
What about my share?
Looks like you haven't forgotten everything I've taught you after all. But you're right. I couldn't have done it without you. Here's your share.
What about Gerbrand?
He has enjoyed the good life for far too long. He was living here in the lap of luxury while I was forcing down meat bug stew. I have no idea where he went from here, but he'll never get a foothold in Corinus again. I'll see to that. If you're looking for him, you should try the Harbor District.
How's business?
Lousy. Somebody should have told me that Corinus has gone to the dogs in the meantime.
That's no news. I've only known the city like this.
You should have seen it a few years ago. You would have liked it then.
Can you teach me something?
Yeah, sure. Just let me know when you're ready.
Teach me.
I can teach you. Come back once you have...
Is it really true? I used to say that myself.
Justice will prevail in the end.
I've been to the Valley of Mines.
And? How's the situation there?
The mines are all depleted. There's barely more than a few chests full of ore. It's hardly worth digging for that.
That can't be true. That means I'm ruined.
What about our deal?
Now, about your reward. Here's your ring.
How's business?
Not so great. Back when the barrier was still in place, times were better. The prisoners would scrape boxes and boxes of ore from the mines, and my ships then brought it to the mainland. On their way back, they bought food and other wares. But now we're cut off from the mainland, and have to rely on the farmers for supplies.
How do you make a living now?
I'm ruined. I should have listened to my father and kept out of this mining business.
You've been selling weapons to the bandits.
But what makes you think that?
This list of merchandise that I took from a bandit bears your signature. I found this ring of the Overseas Traders Guild, Araxis, with the bandits. You're an overseas trader. And the swords which the bandits were carrying bore your initials. You can admit it now. I've blown your cover.
I didn't mean to do that, believe me. First, all they wanted from me was food supplies. Business was really slow. So I got involved with them. Then they became more aggressive and threatened to kill me if I didn't sell them the swords they wanted. You can't blame me for this. I'm a victim of circumstances.
That's all just gossip.
Oh, don't make me weep. You're pretty repulsive for someone who lives in the upper quarter. You'd sell your soul for a fistful of gold pieces.
I've got my expenses to cover.
That will never change.
If I don't have cash, they're going to feed me to the mob from the Harbor District.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
The militia is going to deal with you.
You can't do this.
I should say I can. You'll be amazed.
Bye, Enos. I'm ruined.
Same old thing all over again.
That was obvious all along.
The thing things I could tell.
What are you doing here?
I make sure that nobody enters the houses. Explicit order from Lord Hagen, and don't even think about violating this order.
I come from our mutual friend Ramirez.
Oh? That Ramirez is a little rat, and he's no friend of mine. Never mind. Did you bring me anything?
That depends on what it is you want.
Say that myself.
Okay, I'll tell you how it works. You pay 250 gold pieces, then I won't be here at night. If you're too conspicuous and I happen to be in the area, the deal is off.
How are things?
At the moment, everything is quiet.
I've got your money.
All right, then I'll disappear in the evening from now on. And remember, if you cause trouble around me, I don't know you.
What's new?
I have no time to bother myself with the rumors being spread here in the city.
Who's in command here?
Lord Hagen is the commander-in-chief of all troops on the island. He also holds the office of governor for as long as we are here. But he is very busy. If there's anything you need to take care of, go to the barracks and talk to Lord Andre.
You don't have to...
How are things?
You don't seriously expect me to answer that question, boy?
That's been known a long time.
Hey, you!
I am Girion, master of two-handed combat and paladin of the king. Why are you disturbing me?
Only Inos decides what's right.
Can you train me?
If you wish to learn something, you must turn to a teacher from outside of our order. I am a warrior, not a teacher.
Someone's gotta pay for that.
It had to happen sooner or later.
Everybody knows by now.
Someone's got to do the work.
I've got some special snapper claws for you.
My customer will be happy to hear that. Here's the ring I promised you.
Show me your wares.
That's not what my husband thinks.
I won't tell you.
These are bad times.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Now, before I talk to Hagen, I want to talk to Bennett.
That's been known a long time.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
He never would have thought of that himself.
It can't go on like this forever.
Show me your wares.
Since the mercenaries did it in the Paladin Lothar, the Paladin's inspections have gotten a lot tougher. I hope that will ease up once they've hanged the murderer.
It's bad business.
Get your boy out of this.
But that's
Really not my
terrible.
problem.
So why won't they listen to me?
How are things in town?
If the orcs really show up to besiege us, it's gonna get unpleasant around here. There's only one ship, and the paladins are guarding it. And I don't think they'll use it to rescue the citizens.
Is there no other way of getting out of here?
No, none of us can leave this island without a ship.
Show me your wares.
He had better shut up. These are bad times.
Thanks for saving.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
You didn't get that from me.
That's all just gossip.
How's the situation?
What are you doing roaming around here? If you're trying to free your mercenary friend, you can just forget it.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Hey, you!
Might have gone about it differently.
Hey, you! Are you still working for the Paladins?
I finished the commission from Lord Hagen. Now I'm making magic ore blades for him. But for pay this time. But I also have the time again to make a few weapons on the side for the merchants in the marketplace. So, if you're looking for a good blade, you should try them.
Tell me more about magic ore blades.
Creating a magic blade is a very complicated and expensive process, but the result is a blade that's easy to handle and practically indestructible. The blade is certainly of good quality, but it will only show its true power in the hands of a paladin. A paladin's sword is consecrated by Innos. As a result, the magic blade becomes an enchanted weapon that does incomparable damage.
I want to buy a magic ore blade.
I can only sell magic blades to the paladins, and even then, only one each.
I don't believe that.
Has anything exciting happened lately?
Oh, they say there were dragons in the Valley of Mines. I'm curious to see when the paladins will set out from here to fight them.
And he works all day, too.
Anything's possible.
Hey, you! You know your way about the harbor, don't you?
Sure thing. Why?
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Give me some...
I could have told you that.
You hardly know who to believe these days.
Nothing's ever gonna change.
Everything all right?
Thanks for setting me free.
I'd have gone about it differently.
Hey, what do you know? We have mutual friends. In that case, let me express my gratitude for being rescued. Here, take these lockpicks. I'm sure you'll find them useful.
He doesn't see that. I can't help him.
Look for someone else. There's enough people running around. I don't have anything else for you.
I'd have gone about it differently.
Hey!
He never would have thought of that himself.
Hey, you!
Who said that?
About those missing people. I've been able to rescue some of the missing people.
I knew you'd succeed. Then I can finally go about my own business.
That's totally obvious.
Any news?
You could say so. The Paladins have arrested Bennett, our smith.
So I've heard. That's a bad business.
You can say that again.
That's not what I heard.
Any news of Bennett?
They seem to have taken him to the barracks and tossed him into the dungeon.
How can we get him out of there?
I don't have any ideas so far. I can't get to his cell to talk to him.
That's nothing.
All I can do is keep my ears open, but there isn't much to learn around here.
You don't have to ask me that.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
What are you standing around for out here? Go on in and meet our passionate Nadja. This hot creature of the night will give your life a new meaning.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
Same old thing, all over again.
He had better shut. Who says things like that?
That's not what my husband did.
And there's more, believe me.
Used to say that myself.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself. That's not what I heard.
If he doesn't see that,
That's
I
what he
can't help
always
him.
said.
There was no big deal.
For all your stuff, I'll give you 500 gold pieces.
These are bad times.
All right, sold.
We've made some good deals today. Better not come back until tomorrow, or somebody might get suspicious, you see?
Someone's gonna do the work. I don't believe
You hardly know who to believe.
I have my own opinion about that.
You can't rely on it.
About the weapons dealer?
Show me what you have.
I found this rapier with the bandits. The letter F is carved on the pommel. The bandits had this ring. It points to an overseas trader. This list of deliveries of weapons and other things to the bandits here is signed by a certain Fernando. Besides that, Fernando, the old trader from the upper quarter, has admitted having done business with the bandits.
I think that's enough. Fernando, then. Well, he'll get what's coming to him. And he always acts like butter would melt in his mouth. I'll see to it that he's put away until he rots. Sound work, I must say. Vatras will be glad of this good news.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
It's really not my problem.
It can't go on like this forever.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
That's terrible.
And it works all the time.
Hey, you! Show me your where. Hey, you!
It's a bad business.
Go away, don't tell me that.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help it.
Someone's got to do the work.
And he works all day, too.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
He doesn't see that. I can't help it.
Don't tell this to anybody.
He never would have thought of that himself.
These are bad times.
What do you think? Do you want to go up against me again? I think I've gotten better in the meantime.
I've got your sword.
Good. I'm curious whether you'll dare to challenge me again.
Really? How interesting.
What's going on at the harbor?
Look around for yourself. There's nothing going on here.
And how's it going now?
Monty is back. He's busy studying the plans. Maybe we can get the ship done now.
Hey, you! And? Back to work, are you?
Oh, man. They didn't get anything done while I was gone. Now I'll have to delve into those construction plans again.
Oh well, don't let me keep you then.
All right. Have a good trip.
It can't go on like this forever. Do you really believe that?
Everybody knows by now.
You don't have to tell me that.
There you are again. Have you heard news of my buddy William then?
He's dead.
Yeah, that's what I'd been expecting. Thanks for coming back here to tell me. I'll go down to the tavern and drink up his share of our last catch. That's what he would have wanted.
So, how are the fish biting?
I've seen better times. Too little to live on, too much to die.
rely on that. Same old thing all over.
But that's terrible.
He should have known better.
I'd have gone about it differently.
There've been all kinds of rumors.
Show me your
Now
map.
this guy has a new map.
I knew this piece would interest you.
What piece would that be?
Well, that old map you just bought. I know your kind. You go for any chance of finding riches.
Where did you get this map?
Oh, I found that in a stack of old maps which I bought recently. The seller must have overlooked it.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
What kind of a map is it?
It seems to be a treasure map or the like. But you look to me like one who'll get to the heart of this matter himself.
Why don't you keep it for yourself?
I'm an old man, and the times when I set out myself are long past. I leave that to younger people.
That's nothing new.
Come back again later. I'm sure to have something new for you then.
So that map is part of a quest.
Exactly what I said.
And it marks a location where I've already been to. I've already explored that.
It's a bad business.
Hey, you! Everything all right with you?
I know what you're planning, but you won't succeed in getting away with the prisoner.
What's new?
It's getting worse and worse. With all that riffraff coming to town, last night I trailed a man in a black robe through the upper end of town. I'm sure he was up to no good, but when I followed him around the governor's house, he had simply disappeared. A strange character, that was.
What is there to know about this town?
The Paladins now have control over the whole city. The entire militia reports to them. Lord Andre is the commander of the militia, and at the same time he acts as the judge. If you should ever run foul of the law, you'll have to justify yourself to him. But he's pretty lenient by all accounts. He usually lets people get away with a fine.
Tell me about these paladins.
Since the Paladins have arrived in Corinus, they've retreated to the upper end of town. They're not letting anyone in there anymore, except for the citizens of the town and the militia, of course. There are some paladins who guard the ship down at the harbor, but those are far from talkative.
What about Bennett, the blacksmith?
You mean the mercenary? He is sitting in jail where he belongs.
Can I talk to him?
Certainly. Just go in. But if you try to help him escape, you will be in for it.
I was in the Valley of Mines and saw the dragons. I have a letter from Commander Garand that confirms everything I said.
That'll interest Lord Hagen. You had better go directly to him.
I've been able to rescue some of the missing people.
How many people did you find?
All those who were still alive.
All? That was a grand deed.
Hey, you!
You haven't come to get your buddy out of here, have you? Forget it. As soon as I raise the alarm, the boys will be here in an instant. And then, we'll have us some minced mercenary.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the Honorable Lord Hagen, the following decree is enacted.
How do you make a living now?
Leave me alone.
Who treacherously murdered the paladin Lothar.
You dare show your face here. I cannot prove it, but I bet that you played a part in this dirty game. It's your fault that I'm here. Yours and that of this damned Canthar. May Innos punish you.
How come you're in the slammer?
Those swine have thrown me in the hole. I'm supposed to have murdered a paladin. But I didn't do it. They're only trying to frame me.
Why would they do that?
How would I know? You've got to get me out of here. Talk to Lord Hagen. Tear down the wall. Who cares? Just do something.
What happened?
I went downtown with Hodges to buy some supplies for our boys. Suddenly, we heard a loud scream and the sound of running feet.
Get to the point.
We knew at once that something had happened and that they would grab us at once if they saw us there. We ran like hell, then just before we got to the city gate, I tripped and sprained my ankle. The rest is soon told. The militia was on me at once and they threw me straight into this hole.
Who was murdered?
I have no idea. One of the paladins. I don't know them.
Have you got a name?
Some Lothar, I think. Well, I don't know. I'm not really sure. You had better ask Lord Hagen. He knows all the details.
Do they have any evidence against you?
They say they have a witness who recognized me.
Well, do you know who the witness is?
No, all I know is that he's lying.
Who's leading the investigation?
Lord Hagen himself. Since the victim was one of the paladins, this falls under martial law.
What does that mean?
That's easy to guess. If I don't get out of here, they're going to let me swing without further ado. You've got to help me or there'll be a war. Lee's not going to take this lying down. You can figure out for yourself what that means.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order